Hey, it's Eric from Edrumcenter here, and here to talk about our NAMM 22 trip. We actually went kind of last minute to represent ATV Corporation. We got a word that they had a new kit coming out, the EXS-5SK, so we packed up all our ATV stuff, flew it out to California, and set it up at a booth. It's our first time ever exhibiting at NAMM. Been to bunch of NAMMs as a dealer, but never as an exhibitor. Here's Aubrey. So we got everything we got there on 3 or 4 days before the show started. We were one of the first people to set up. We got set up, as you can see, there's not many people around us. But we got everything set up and then met up with, there's our pallet full of stuff. But, bunch of hardware, speakers, everything we needed to get sticks, get people playing on the kits. We met up with the new CEO of ATV, Makoto Moroi, and he helped us finish up the booth. You'll see him later in the video. So there's the new kit, EXS-5SK. Looks really good set up. The bigger snare and kick drum really kind of make the kit pop. A lot more than the smaller 13-inch kick that comes with the EXS-5. So the other thing that there's the Edrum's kit with the 85. Another thing that makes the new kit super cool is the newest. They've come about two new firmwares in the most recent past, including this last one that's for this kit, and the same firmware. If you already have an EXS-5 or 3, you can download it. There's the booth once it's more or less set up. The thing that makes that firmware so good is it just tightens up the triggering on everything and makes it just super playable. The best triggering on that module that's been out so far. It was a huge hit at the show, as you'll see here in a minute when people start playing on it. Here's a little footage of just walking around before everything's kind of set up. And another close-up of the EXS-5SK. That's we had all the different cymbal sizes and different pad sizes on that kit hooked up to a Mimic Pro, just to show that ATV pads and cymbals work with Mimic, as well as other modules on the market. Then here's pretty much the final run through before, I think this is the last day before we set up. There's a nighttime shot the night before the show. They had set up tons of stages around the show, a lot going on. Of course, Disney's right there as well. Some more pics of the kits. Here's heading in the day of the show, Friday morning. And we had in-ear company right across. We had Coity cymbals behind us, and then Phosphorus cymbals was right behind us. Coity cymbals was next to us. There's me giving the only one thumbs up for some reason. So Aubrey testing out some of the kits before we get going. And here, basically the first visitor, Myrna. Immediately, we just were basically as soon as there's Justin for 65 drums. As soon as the show started, our kits were full. We were talking to people the whole time. There's Zach Beats. Didn't know who he was before the show, and I checked out his channel. It's really cool. Like what he's doing. He was having fun. Everybody had tons of fun. Sit down on the ATV stuff. Love the sounds. These guys were cracking me up because they were both going through the speaker and trying to play together. He's talking about the ozone symbol over there, all the holes in it. There's Andy. He got to play. The kits were so busy, it's hard actually for him to get in and do any kind of demonstrations. You know, the kits kind of speak for themselves to play on. As long as they're, we're basically making sure they were dialed in right. You know, people knew how to change kits and stuff, and then people were going on and having a good time. A lot of drummers, like up and coming drummers, we noticed at the show. A lot of pro drummers walking around too. Really good talking to all these guys and girls, and it was just great to talk to all these drummers. It was a blast. We all had a great time. Talking about drums, talking about, you know, we were talking to our neighbors about stuff. He was super excited about the sounds. Those sticks, Eric Moore was walking around selling his dope sticks. Drummers of Planet Earth. I got a couple pairs. It seemed like everybody was buying them because he was the only one that had sticks at NAMM, which is kind of weird, but good idea that he brought some. Here's Alexandra Krieger. We actually she might be in some of our videos going forward. Oh yeah, it's the efnote 7X. Didn't get as much time as to spend at the efnote booth as we would have loved because we were at the ATV booth, but we did go by before and after the show, play on it. Justin from 65 Drums was nice enough to give us some of this B-roll footage of his because we didn't get much good footage of the booth because we were over at the ATV booth. But the kit's great. They came out with a new special effects symbol, which will be for sale by itself. We still do not, at this the time of this recording, don't have publishing or don't have pricing yet. We've been kind of hitting them up every day or two. We don't want to, we don't want to bug them too much, but we need that pricing so you guys can put your orders in. We've heard that the kits, the new kit and the new SFX symbol are going to be maybe September, October. Could be quicker. We're having trouble getting exact dates out of them right now. I think because of some of the port issues around the factory. Hopefully we'll get that soon. And as soon as we get pricing, we'll publish these on our site and get them so that people can start ordering them. In the video, Michael Bedard, he's their main product specialist. Right now he's great, showing off the kit. He actually, there is some audio here in a second, and I'm going to shut up so you can actually hear what the module sounds like. All right, I mean, obviously there's a lot more patches to go through there, and we'll do all that when we get one in our shop. We'll do a unboxing video, and we'll do a playing the patch video, which most of the sounds are the same, to be honest with you, with the 7. Anyway, this is just the app showing off the new app they came out with right before NAMM, which pairs up via Bluetooth to their modules. If you already have an efnote kit, you probably already know about this, but if you don't, if you're looking, at different features and stuff, this is a cool addition to their module. You can basically create custom kits. You can, if they come out with new sounds in their kits, you can push them to the module via Bluetooth, via the app. You can set levels and stuff. You can do all the same stuff on the module, but it is nice to pair it up via Bluetooth, especially the ability to add kits. That's something that could be pretty powerful going down the road. And this is day 2 at the ATV booth. It's Myrna again. Check out her Instagram. And there's Andy and Aubrey in the background there. Again, day 2 was just jammed up with people playing on the kits. Drummers, people. And there's the Corey Cinema guys in the background there. As you can imagine, the drum area is kind of loud. We actually left a little bit of the ambient noise, so you can kind of get an idea of what it was like. In fact, I'm going to turn it up just a second so you guys can hear it. Yeah, that first guy, it's Peter Erskine at the Phosphorus booth. They were right behind us, so I looked over and, oh, there's somebody playing drums. I started videoing and I was like, oh, that's Peter Erskine. There's Justin from 65 Drums again. He checked out the EXS-5SK, and he actually already published his video weeks ago, because he's way faster than we are getting the videos edited. Look at yeah, ton of kids, man. These kids are just tearing it up. It's great to see. So, kind of getting back to the new ATV product, EXS-5SK. The U.S. mat price is $27.99, but we decided, because it just got such a huge interest at NAMM, we wanted to get some people in people's hands sooner than later, so we're doing $25.99 intro special. We don't have a ton of kits to ship, maybe 2 or 3 at that price, so if you want one of those, jump on it. We will be getting more kits in September, like a full stock order, and go ahead and get your pre-orders in. If you do it during the special, oh, there's a Royce on, and there's me and Aubrey. If you get your order in, in the next little while, we can still do the intro price. That will only last for so long, though. Here's a little shot of the Anaheim Hilton where we were staying. The place was happening tonight. So this is the last day, I think. Wasn't quite as busy on Sunday, but still our booth was so busy we couldn't really get away and do anything else. Thankfully, some pretty awesome people stopped by. There's just a shot of the drum area in general where we were. The 360. At one point, Jonathan Moffett was walking around, and he was kind of at that booth you see way in the back, WTS, which is like a Welsh tuning system. I can't even talk. Another Kid Prodigy drummer there. Yeah, he's walking around, and he sat down to play on one of their kits. It's like, the booth owner was like, yeah, of course, play my kit. If you guys don't know, Jonathan Moffett is Michael Jackson drummer. He played on Beat It, Billie Jean, I think, and a bunch of other stuff in the 80s and later. I don't know his whole discography, but I've seen him on Drumeo. He's incredible. Actually, later on, there I get to get a picture with him real quick. Super cool dude. He was walking around talking to kids. But anyway, he was playing at this Welsh tune system, and NAMM police came up and completely shut him down after like one note. Would not let him play. I was like, isn't that why we're here, guys? There was a bunch of kids around, up and coming drummers. It would have been cool. I don't know why that didn't get to happen, but so yeah, we're wrapping it up the last day. And we're gonna give a shout out to all the people we met in the comments. If you guys have channels, if you see yourself on this video, feel free to chime in on the comments. And here's what we came back to: a container full of ATV and 44 rolling VH14Ds. Peace out. We'll see you next time.